Hey girl, welcome back. I thought I was on to something. I did. I thought I was on to something. And for you nosy people, you can stay. You can stay. All right. But sis, let's keep going. I went and I talked to my therapist like any good girl would, right? And I talked to her about the revelation and just the frustration on how to get out of the cocoon, right? And even the resistance that I had, even going into this season of darkness, this season of frustration and reforming. Cause like, who want to? Who want to? Not me. Who wants to go to an isolation dark season? I don't care how cute the butterfly is on the other side. But anyway, I got during that conversation, I got frustrated about the idea of doing the work. And when people often say, oh, you got to do the work, but like, no one, what does it really mean? And I realized, like, I have done, and I have this theory about women, we have done a really great job of getting pretty far when it comes to mental health over the past few years. And I'm so thankful for the access that's increased and the awareness that we have. However, I believe that we've done a good job identifying triggers, identifying and seeing trauma, and figuring out where to tell people not to touch, or don't say this because it'll trigger my daddy issues, or don't go, like, we know where the landmines are. However, there's a difference between identifying a bomb and diffusing it. I went through therapy for like 11 plus years, and I never talked about issues with my relationships with family, or my connection to Atlanta and my resistance to that, when that is a big foundation for me. Like, if see any of my friends says, like, you know that that's a thing for me. And how in the world did I make it through therapy all of that time without actually talking about it? Was I not doing the work? You can do a lot over time without actually getting to this place where those things, like, you actually can diffuse bombs, make it so that those things that might have triggered you, like your daddy issues, don't go with you. You are aware of what scar that's there, but it's not something that someone has to tiptoe around. And so it really came down to my issues with what we say about doing the work, and then the man at the Pool of Bethesda, where Jesus goes up to him and says, do you want to be well? So I keep hearing this question, right? And then I reread this story a few times. That man had been there for 38 years, okay? Then you had a stranger come up to him after he'd been there for so long, so tired, and you got all these other people, and you're like, oh, do you want to be well? My response would be like, do you know how long I've been here? Of course I want to be well. However, I probably would have also gave an answer the way that he did. He said, when the angel comes and stirs up the pool, someone else always gets in before them. Like, no one's gonna help me in there, and when I try to get in there, I can't get there fast enough. So what you want from me? And so what Jesus tells the man is, get up, pick up your mat, and walk. Which, that's a little insensitive, but there's a nuance there. It's, do you want to be seen? Do you want to be heard? Do you want to be validated? Or do you want to be well? And if you want to be well, will you put in the work to do it? Get up means that he's talking to you, and that already makes this personal. pick up your mat, get all of the things that you've been laying on all of these years and roll that up. It's not going to be something that is going to be an excuse for you in the future. And then you go and you walk. And the question comes down, will you do the work to be well? And if you don't, sis, that's fine. Just don't lie to yourself saying you did. Kind of like when I would say, I've tried everything to lose weight, but count calories. I don't want to count calories. This is, you lied. You haven't done everything, and you don't want to do everything. That's okay. Just don't lie to yourself and say you did. And so, sis, the question is, do you want to be well? I've done a lot of work, and I have a lot of material, a lot of teaching, because as I was going through this journey toward freedom, I was like, the enemy is not going to put me through all of this, and I don't use these things as weapons to coach women through it so that they don't have to go through as much pain as I did in order to get here. And so my invitation is, you are not going to like a lot of the things that I teach you, but it comes down to, how bad do you want to be healed? Do you want that apology more than you want to be well? Do you want that validation? Do you want that this, like, or does, really what happened was, I was talking to the Lord, and he was like, Jeannie, you really think I need that pool to heal you? And that's where the apology came from. You really think I need that apology over there from that person in order for your heart to be whole? He don't need that. You don't need that. There's a healer. You don't need a pool if you let go of that viewpoint of how you can be healed and see this as another opportunity. Then let's go. Come and join me. All right, my bad. I almost let you off the hook without your homework, aka your reflection questions. And so we're gonna back that back up. And based off of this second reflection, focusing on, do you want to be well? The first one is, how might comfort or familiarity with pain keep us from accepting the invitation to be well? And when you think about this question, one example could be that sometimes we might be too tied to our previous testimony that we're not quite able to accept the new one that God is trying to give us. Is that you? All right, question number 2. What pools have you depended on for healing or validation? One example could be that you may be waiting around for closure from a previous relationship before you feel whole enough to go forward. Because sometimes the way that our brains work is we want to be able to close a chapter before opening another one, rather than leaving things just there. So how about y'all put your answer in the description box, or just click on the link and you can go to either pre-register for the garden, or log on in and put your answers there so we can begin to talk about what this looks like practically. All right, y'all have you a great rest of your day. Bye.